Hello everyone and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 in the 80s where we are right now. We got some beautiful trains, beautiful planes, and yeah, this is absolutely not the focus of this episode. What we're going to do is we're going to boost production. Everywhere in the world we have factories now, like this food processing plant, a steel mill, and a, well, rather sleepy machine parts factory. Now, they all have one thing in common. They're either not completely working or they're either not working at their full potential, and we want to unlock that because we need goods for our cities, right? So we got the steel here, for example, that is getting, rather low in production. That is because there's no iron. So let's have a look around. We do have one iron there. We do have a second iron close by, but that's probably the end of it. And these iron mines, oh, actually there is another one. These are going to be very expensive because look at those mountains, and new tunnels will need to be made. Now we already have a line here, right, where there's steel and iron being transported, so we can definitely use this one. Going all the way then to this area, and then we will need to make this mountain working there for us. So let's get cracking on a new track that we want to have. We need to decide carefully where we want to have it. So is it here? And then probably merging with the other one. We could block the steel potentially there, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal, right? So let's actually have this splitting in the mountain itself. The problem here is definitely the speed limit, so the train would have to slow down there a bit. There it goes to 100 kilometers an hour at maximum. Wait a second, the electronics are there. Perfect, so electrification. And let's just see how expensive that's going to be. 30 million to get past this mountain there. And there's really no other way around it, right? We could, of course, use the tracks up there and then take the turnaround. But let's face it, that would be a loss of time here completely, right? While we have so much money, I don't care for the 30 million. So let's just get us this next project on the way. The tracks are actually coming out here then. Isn't that perfect? Like, it's made for this. The only thing I still would need here is the cargo terminus station once again for this little steel mill that we have then over there. There we have the other one. We can also use the existing tracks already to merge that. So let's just have a look around. Can I place it right here? I mean, what a beautiful location, but this is probably not working. Could have it here, also not. Elevation levels are too high. There it is possible. And then we would have to go right into that mountain there. Boy, it's tricky. It's tricky. We could have it. It's never really working because of elevation levels. Now, what we also need to do is, by the way, I've built these stations there. Now, what we also need to do here is, of course, extending the range of this train station there. Of course, we already have 4 platforms, and there might be some capacity definitely in the future. But I just want to avoid congestion, really, that trains have to wait in order to get to their respective platform. That is just a waste of time, and for what? For saving a bit of money here on those platforms. I'm definitely not going to do that. So there we have this new system, and the train that comes then in here is using this platform then, going all the way then to platform, I guess it's 5, platform 5 over there, right? So there's the new iron trains coming in then. They're using this system there, so left and right side of traffic, going back again here, and then using the middle track that goes all the way to this side here, where it's going to go for track number 3. That is then splitting up in track number 4 here again. So this is a bit more complicated. I hope it's working out as it should. The only thing we might need to make here is a normal signal. So not a one-way signal or anything, but just that those 2 trains here know when they can enter that track system there, and probably here as well. Something like that. Right, so that should work out fine. And then we still make a one-way here in the center and one way here in the center, just for completion's sake, so the train also knows when it can enter then the 3rd track here. This is working out very good, and it's not the end of it yet. So there we have the other station now. It will also need a track, and this is going to be very expensive because there is a massive mountain close by. Look at that, 40 million, 50 million. Yeah, it's costing more than 50 million to build this system there. And absolutely necessary. The only question is, how should we merge it then? Let's just have a looky around. There we have the tracks then, and once again it's using the middle there, of course. And then probably going for... Oh, this is a bit stupid here because of the tunnel. There we have it, 44 million this tunnel costs us, and I've decided to go for 4 tracks here. So I think that's the safest route because we have already now 2 iron trains in the central lanes, and this one here is especially pretty short, right? So there's the mine, and there's definitely some collision then all the time happening. So let's rather make 4 tracks here because, well, all of them are being used quite often. It's making sense to me to use it like that. There we have 2 more iron mines now that can work then for this. The only thing I now need once again is my little depot over there, and this is going to be really fun to watch this station here come to life then, because we're going to have so many trains on that system. It's beautiful, I think. Now, where should we place this one? I think somewhere over here, right? And then we have the tracks here, and of course they should always come together there as well a bit. There is now no way for one of them to get over. There it's possible. Perfect. This is looking rather chaotic, but all of them can now go to their respective tracks. We just need now 2 additional lines. So once again, 2 iron mines. Ooh, that was expensive. 100 million in total, I think. But who cares about the money, really? We want to boost that factory to Hamburg. Let's also see what kind of platform it wants to use. You get all the platforms in the world. There it is. This one here, number 5. Right, that should work out, I guess. So this is iron 2. And then we're going to have an iron 3 one that goes from over here, Milano West, to our Hamburg station. And we are going to use here iron 3. And it's going to be platform 6. Is that correct? It's correct. Platform 6. Perfect. 2 new trains are coming out. We need to decide what kind of locomotive we can use here. I'm expecting those trains to be full all the time, yet I'm going to use the Austrian locomotive there for now. It can still carry a lot of stuff, and if it really is full at some point, full capacity, we could still, you know, get the better locomotive out there. But look at that, 300 capacity. That will be totally fine. Let's purchase them 2 times. And one of them is going for iron 2. This is an electric locomotive. There is some electrification missing somewhere. It's not on the station, is it? Nope, it's not on the station. It might be on the central tracks, though. Yes, the central track is missing still some electrification there. There it's actually easy to find the missing culprit, because if we put the upgrade button, push it, we can see the red tracks in the center here that have not been electrified yet. Right, and we can just simply upgrade them like that. And after doing so, the trains are now coming out, and 2 more iron trains are coming now into this steel mill here. I'm hoping that we can upgrade it, right? 1, of course, is not enough for now, so I'm expecting now to, well, some serious iron to pile up here that we can then deliver over there. Going to be tricky, and we'll see. Hopefully they're making us profit. I'm pretty sure of it. And just look at that, we have another problem that I was expecting. This train here now needs to wait for this one here to leave the station first, and then this one can continue once it's past the next waypoint. And we just basically avoided that by with this one here having its own track system there, and that's much better. With so many trains now on these tracks, it's just much better to have 4 tracks, especially since there's also the steel coming in. And of course, iron number 3 and 2 and 1. Right, I think it's safe to say that those iron trains will be used heavily, as this one is already full with almost 300 tons now coming in. We can also see the production and shipment rating is going up, but I've still expected some shortage there of iron, so I don't think we have enough iron yet. Of course, we have now the same amount of well, train lines going in, so that should not be a problem. But other than that, we might actually upgrade this one pretty soon now. Very, very nice. There is another 140 tons waiting here, 180 tons waiting there. So iron really is flowing, and those trains are definitely a success. They're going to make us a lot of money in the next couple of years. Also, once this one upgrades, we get even more steel now to the other station. Look at that. There's 340 steels waiting. Where's the train for that? There's the train, righto. And there's way too much steel waiting, so we are going to, well, extend this one here for the steel. The flat car we have, And we could actually push it to 325 with the same locomotive there, right before this one becomes too weak. Now, while the steel mill is working and close to leveling up, we have to look at other productions that we have, primarily those two here. The chemical plant, as we can see, is not that far away from upgrading. However, it doesn't get enough oil in. The same goes with the fuel refinery here, that it was already pretty close to the next level. Unfortunately, once again, oil is missing. The ships, delivered have 240 tons there. Of course, it's split up between the two, and then there's the train coming in with another 230 tons. It's also being split up again. It's still not enough, and this train here still is not full. So let's have a look around. There we have our, well, oil refinery that is already producing quite a lot, and as we can see, oil is just missing here before it could level up to the highest level and thus produce even more refined oil. For that, we do need more raw oil, or, well, yeah, raw oil. Basically, over there we have two more. They're a bit far away. It should still work. We have, yep, there is still another track available, and yeah, without actually talking too much there, let's just get cracking with the next building. This one is getting then all the way to the next two wells. I might actually put them together somehow. Now, for the next two oil transportations, we can actually use the tracks that we already have there. There is now two tracks coming out of that, righto. Both of them are going to continue to that Stonewall train station that we already have. Then one train more or less working here, and from here we just continue then to the next two oil wells. Then we do need to be careful though. I do want to keep the flow of the whole system working though, right? So for the station, we are going to split it up here into two tracks, in fact, right? Because both of these tracks here, they need to ignore that platform there, because on that platform we do have the oil. Oh, wait a second. Another idea comes to mind here. We could stop this one here for now. Instead, this track system here, the train that takes the oil from that station, will just split up then here and going to that station there in total, right? So it's just going over there. There's the train that's doing that. Hopefully it's long enough. That station long enough? Yeah, it's okay. So there it would be. We might need to make it one car shorter, and I think that's fine, yes, because it's not really completely full. So in fact, let's get rid of a couple of these. They cost me money anyway. By the way, we have the crocodile locomotive there. I would like to change this to my beautiful Austrian locomotive there, Series N40. I think though for that, wait a second, do we need some electrification there? Nah, it should be fine. We do have that, as far as I can see. Yep, the whole thing has been electrified already, so let's go ahead and also update this locomotive there to the juicy Austrian one. There it is. Very good. So there it's also a bit faster. This, of course, also stirs demand there a bit. Now it's splitting up then on this, while the two tracks here continue. They continue for a little bit longer, really, past this next mountain. That's going to be really long now that I think about it. Up to this point here, right? So there's 120 we can keep. And there we have the tunnel then right next to it, or the parallel track right next to it. And here it's going to split up then to those two separate oil wells. So there's number one, where we're going to have that. So once again, this is going to be quite a busy train network, quite a busy train track system, because we just have so many trains that we need, and it's probably still not enough really. Wait a second, this should be fine. Can we do that here somehow? There's the system coming, so we should be able to do it like that. Right, and then we just have, because there's no other way, have a road that goes over there. Now we have made the connection. And then we really just need to place those tracks now. Now, they're going to be here then, of course, one. And the other one is going over to that station there. Very good. And here, of course, because here the one-way track system is ending more or less, we still need to split them, be able to split them and be able to merge them again. Right, so up to this point here we have the one-way only. And here it's kind of like opening up then to whatever is possible on that. system, and here we continue with that. That should be fine because they're just passing through here. And we will do the same thing then here. We probably will get an error message now. There it is. Because this one here is not going for the right track there now. So Stonewell is now going to be on platform 3. Alright, so the ways have been finalized. The other track is still working. Now we only need to purchase two trains there once again. Both of them going to be exactly the same with around, I guess, 250 capacity. That's fine. And we still need to, of course, make the lines for that. So we have oil 2, oil Paris 2. This is going to be oil Paris 3 from Stonewall to that one here. Now it should be using the right direction, of course, and we can still decide on the platform, and it's going to be the third platform, the second one, is that right? This one here, alright. Where there's still not a connection that can be made, alright, because this one is not able to get to the other one. And we can do this by having it here. Off it goes, perfect. There it is. That is one, and then we just need the other one. That was that one here. That is oil Paris 3. And then we're going to have another one, oil Paris 4, from here to that station there too. And we're going to use the platform 2 there as well, right? So both of them are using then the same middle platform. There's probably going to be some minor waiting time here if they come together at the same time. But that should be fine. And oil Paris 4. Boy, that's going to be quite the massive refinery. Now the trains can go out there. We have oil Paris 3 and oil Paris 4. Both of them are working, and that's it. Now the result of this is that this train here getting the refined oil is full, right? Oh, so for the first time in a long time, this is actually full now. Very good. There's lots of oil coming now for my plastic factory and fuel factory. And we might now make this one just a bit longer because this locomotive has lots of capacities. Let's go to 560, 465 for now. It's still an excellent, by the way. So we could probably go all the way to 600 to 700 capacity with one train there alone, if I want to make this one happen. Perfect. So there's more oil now coming in than ever, and hopefully this is helping out as well there, getting us the plastic out and then getting us the goods out for my cities, essentially for London there that needs all the goods in the world, and also Zurich there, of course. Yeah, and as we can see, there's so much oil coming in here that this Paris oil refinery is leveling up. I did not expect it so quickly. So this is now going for the highest level. Very good. And of course, that is going to skyrocket oil consumption here once more. I'm already thinking about where I could get more oil to that station. Unfortunately, it's getting really tough now. There's nothing anymore close by. So we are reaching the production capacity than what is possible here. I still very much like to see this one here leveling up now, as it should be happening any second. And there it is. We have now level 2 for this factory here, maximum. And yeah, it's really consuming now quickly all the oil. We can see that here as the oil is being consumed. And of course, as it's piling up there. Perfect. So this one is maximized. And the only thing that I could do now is, what I can see is that these trains are full. I could still make them a bit longer there, right? So what is possible? We could push this one to 300. That might still be possible. That one here is not full. It's a very short train there anyway. There we have that. And what I can see, this should be full there too. How much is there still left? Oh, there's still 140 tons left. So we might make this one a lot longer. 360 capacity should still be fine. Very good. So there's even more oil now coming to that one. Now for the steel factory, we are not leveling up there yet, and there is a simple reason for that. The shipment is not reaching the maximum capacity. Look at that, 600 tons of steel are waiting here. What is going on? Why is there so much steel waiting? We can deliver 325 steel. Let's just completely overhaul this network there. So we're going to use, of course, the BR103 on that now, and we're making it significantly longer, that it could carry up to 500 in capacity. I mean, this is so long now, I think we might be having some problems on the tracks, but let's just look at that. I mean, the train, of course, is taking a long time to get here. 500 capacity. It's going to be full. Isn't that crazy? Let's just watch this train now passing by, as it's going to take quite some time, I think. Is that still realistic? I think it is still realistic. That should be fine. That is so much steel, 500 tons. It's incredible, really. How much more steel is piling up? So there we already have 165 tons again waiting. And this train, of course, is going to take a long time now to get here back. On the other end, we do have enough steel piling up here. This is, by the way, it was close to leveling up. Oh, God. The goods factory. The only problem here is plastics. There's not enough plastic coming in. There's 207 tons. We have 2 ships on this line here. I will duplicate that once more. Even though the ships are not completely full, it's important that there is a steady supply of plastic coming in. And with the additional oil, we should hopefully be having now more plastic here than ever. There's still this Scottsgrove goods factory over there that would require plastic far away. I hope that's not the reason why the shipment is not going up. I just hope that because we don't have enough oil available right now, shipments are low, because I would really like this one here to level up. Right, it's just very important. And very good. Also, fuel for London is full. There's already 2 ships on that one. We might add a 3rd one to it, because London really does need all the fuel that it can get. There's not enough yet, as I can see. Alright, so far so good. We've maximized a few industries there, but that's still not the end of it. Stay tuned.